gonna pull this on my face.
So this is just a game for Sims.
Sure.
When do I start?
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's on the...
Yeah. Just put my regular everyday name. Yeah, it is.
You misspelled your
Yeah, it was irregular, huh? Hey.
Hey!
I see an annoying girl running towards me. Wow, like that's never happened before. Waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw herself to. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend, since we were children. Wow, this guy had friends. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. Starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sighed and idly in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I'd run. She sounds crazy. Like, that sounds like a psycho.
I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Bet you did.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Rave.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. Cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Rave, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about, Sari likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content to just getting by on an average while spending my free time on games and anime.
You feel attacked, yeah?
I feel called out. I tell you what, I don't like I don't like that. I already don't like it.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
Is it a NEET one of those guys that just live in apartments and like watch anime and stuff all day?
It's like, I don't think they really have lives or anything.
Oh.
You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I wish school was like that. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Suri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Some basic clubs.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come to class while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. That's not how my high school life was. I was the first one out the door, I tell you what.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me. It's just going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought,
No way.
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
there's no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club? Yo, that's lit. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure only she did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Bet you they read Twilight.
Maple says you better choose Yuri.
I haven't even seen Yuri yet. I can't choose anyone. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she earned the title Vice President. Wow, it's just like the government. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less than my interest in women, obviously. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyways?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And that Suki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go!
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I mean, I've sold it for less, but I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs. The section of the school I rarely visit. What is it, the library? Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, he brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh, Rave, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
Emo girl, prep girl, and basic girl.
Okay.
That's the vibe. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Mitsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moved.
Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears completely more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Rave.
Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. I thought that said alcoholic.
Yes.
Basically completely out of my league. Okay, I'm relating to him a bit more. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Rave. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few drinks arranged on the table.
Yes.
Desk, sorry. Yes. Desk. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Woo-ah!
Natsuki lifts the fourth tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and a little piece of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her seeking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thinking me? It's not like I
Haven't heard this somewhere before.
made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for, you know, you, dummy.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri's returned to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us, before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission.
Yo, don't spill the tea.
After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
Hot tea? I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not.
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so...
That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be the board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's a really great leader. Really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we'll all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal.
So which one do you think you like the best?
I don't know. Monica gives me pick-me-girl vibes. Sayori's your childhood best friend. Yuri's just very shy. She seems like she would punch.
Suki's a bitch.
Yeah, she seems very violent. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Rave, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. God damn it. He could have picked anything, but he chose manga. I'm mutterly quiet to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Oh, a manga girl? The bully girl's a manga?
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that go deep in complex fantasy and horror. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. Okay, IRL I like her a bit more because I love books, so I can relate to what she's saying. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination question to completely throw you for a loop. Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. My boy's hard-headed.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well,
Natsuki's eyes dart for me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems... Everything you do is just as cute as you are!
So he slides...
Sidles.
That's a weird word. Behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute! Natsuki. Oh, yes, you.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? My boy went from not being able to talk to girls to he's like, boom, facts.
But no!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Awkward.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Huh?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Rave?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem here.
What's that?
Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on mine the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Oh god, they're all glaring. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
Well, I'm sorry, I thought. Rave.
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. My man's about to get jumped by the lit club. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? My life's in danger. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided that. I'll join the lit club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Rave, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey Rave, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day in school and literature club? Perhaps I'll have to see these chances to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will follow me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Do I actually get to write stuff?
Yeah, it's a mini game, kind of.
Oh, nice.
Did you read that?
I pick words.
Yeah, you pick words that you think the girl that you see different words are like the girl, one of the girls will like more.
Okay.
I think like cutesy words that Suki likes, positive words, Sayori likes, and anything that's deep or dark, Yuri will like.
Oh, no. Spinning unrestrained disarray. Clouds. Daydream uncontrollable. Papa vibrant flying ashamed. Nope. Summer bouncy ocean family and tropical imagination aftermage fun class. Forgive shiny strawberry heaven sent fireworks explode. Comfort sunny waterfall heart. Candy, smile, infinite, marriage, uncanny, flower, agonizing, nipple, awesome lollipop. Romance, determination, hope, vivid, COVID, secretive, atone, unending, boot,
Covet.
get covet. Chocolate, memories, childhood, wonderful defeat, eternity, sweet, whirlwind, Doki Doki, the fuck, empty,
I think Doki Doki is like another word for
Sing, melancholy, fluffy, suicide, fear, headphones, calm, effulgent, holiday, electricity.
Oh yeah, there was a warning at the beginning that you didn't see that says there might be some dark stuff in it.
Yeah.
All these girls are considered as 18 years old.
Okay.
So.
Judgment.
You don't have to be a
Pickle,
feel like a perv.
Okay, good.
I don't know why they had to put that there, but they did.
Milk, out, crimson, death. She didn't like. Why the fuck would Sayori like death? Despise kawaii. Together, Rose. Oh. Philosophy, variance, game, Starscape, lust, pleasure. Peaceful, shopping, hurt, extraordinary, beauty, Swirl, jumpy, rainbow, dance,
I will
anxiety.
throw you back down, Oscar. Yeah, if you start barking.
Skipping, love, unstable, misfortune, promise, tenacious, dream, horror, bunny, nightgown, lazy mouse, peace, cheeks. Disoriented, melody, warm, passion, alone, vivacious, nature, play, depression, dark.
I think
So-
they're cute.
Yeah,
Hi again, Rave.
I didn't even get to go to bed. I just went back at school.
Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Rave. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Nasuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the clubroom.
Natsuki finds herself struck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Rave always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Rave can become good friends too.
Sayori. As usually, Sayori seems to believe it's the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori?
Eh? Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? And I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
Guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
Yeah, I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this.
Now you have to go home and read the book. I'm kidding you.
I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you read.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse at the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. And mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading everything, so...
That's the book that you gave me, right?
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and a relatable story.
It's gonna be a murder story. Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol in the front cover.
alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment program. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart.
It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of humor?
Sounds like an interesting book. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly you thought you related to the protagonist. They've made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not even. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. I like her because she understands books.
Well, I guess it's alright then. but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books or writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's the fact I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Yeah.
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. You no longer ask me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also secondhand guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
For someone who doesn't read, his grammar is on key. You remain silent for a moment.
But Ray, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess more meant it that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts.
Is that right? All right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you hadn't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine.
He releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reason. Okay, let's stop here so I can start a new recording on the PlayStation.